All right, you guys, in the next two-part video series on retaining walls, we're going to show you how we built this retaining wall, incorporating a set of steps into it from start to finish. But I think we're getting a little bit ahead of the game. Let's back this video up and begin it right from where everything started, right now. Good morning, you guys. Well, it's the start of a brand new job and a brand new video. Let's find out what we got going on here today. We'll hop over and talk to Alex here real quick and see what we've got going on. Hope the sprinkler system has been deactivated. You're good, Alex. Go ahead. I wonder if all of this is coming out. Oh yeah, I can see the red line painted here. Alright. You guys know Alex like I know Alex. He's not going to stop working unless you make him. So let's make him. Just get in front of the machine, right? Well, can you kind of walk us through what's happening on this job site?
Yeah, so we're basically cutting this bank out here. This is essentially going to be the front of the wall. It's going to kind of curve around over there and then end. We got a 15-foot easement from the road there. And it's going to come straight along there. It's going to 90 from that where that existing
Let's go over here.
wall is.
So we're tearing this all out?
This is all coming out. I don't know if we'll get to that today. It's most likely going to be tomorrow. But yeah, so we'll come straight across here. The walls will 90 right there. We're doing steps.
Up in here?
Yeah, up to the top side of the wall, right off the door there.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think 11 steps it is or so.
What kind of steps are we putting in?
And Chilton steppers, 6-inch.
Chilton steppers? Are we? Okay.
We're actually going to try to put them. Have you seen that picture of where they have the steppers going over the top of the block so you don't need to cap it?
No.
Well, we're going to try to do that with this, so you give yourself an 18-inch footing, and you set the cap for the step right on top of the block.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice looking. It's a nice way to do it.
We actually did that in the training video. We used the Chilton steppers on top of the Versalock. So you're going to build a pyramid?
Yeah.
So what block are we using?
I believe it's bronze blend.
Versalock standard?
Yeah, standard.
We're not using the big block?
No.
And we're widening this driveway out as well, right?
Yeah, about 15 feet. Yeah, I think he's going to come in here and have a whole new driveway put in, paved right up to
Dude, that's almost like a double driveway then, because you're going to take all this out. So you're hauling out a lot of dirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come straight across. You can see roughly our paint line there. It's not perfect, but it's going to come straight into there. Yeah, so this is all going to be out of here. It's going to be a nice big open area for the customer here.
So you're knocking down these trees and taking out the timber walls and excavating back so you can put grid in, because looks like we got a 6-foot tall wall.
5 foot, yeah.
5 foot?
Yep,
okay.
Fully engineered, yeah.
Fully engineered, 2 layers of grid going in. Okay. Makes total sense.
Yep.
Well, that's today's fun. Well, all right. I'm not going to slow you down. So he's separating the materials right now. So he's got a big scoop of rock. We'll see where he pops that. So the rock will go over here. So the good soil will get used as structural fill someplace, and this gets disposed of. So we don't even waste soil. We recycle a lot of materials, but let's pop you on the top. big old red, our dump truck, is having some technical difficulties and is in the shop. So we found and hired a quad axle dump truck that has a much higher sides than our dump truck. So to get up and into that truck without scratching or scraping it, we're building an access ramp. He lifts the bucket up so he can see underneath it so he can pressure compact the ramp. We want to make sure that that ramp is as sturdy as possible before the truck shows up, so that way we have no surprises when we're trying to load material into the side of a new dump truck. The truck that's going to show up is what we call a Wisconsin truck. I'm air quoting right now. Heavier duty, higher sides, designed to handle more material, making it more difficult to gain access to. So to gain access to this truck, Alex had to actually build a ramp. That's a I'm gonna guess $180,000 truck. Let's just watch what he has to do to load. He's gonna go heavy toward the back of himself, so as he's going in, he doesn't want to scratch up his buddy's truck, and that is like his Fred right there. He's got to be super careful. Let's watch him do another one here real quick. So you can see he's got the ramp built up so he can even gain access over those high sides. Watch the front tracks. See that? He could face plant. Let's find out what this is. Howdy.
Don.
Good, I'm Stan.
I'm Jay.
I heard you're Alex's friend.
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
Oh yeah? Is this your truck then? Can I ask you how much it costs you?
Around 250.
250.
Yep. Quite a bit, huh?
Yeah. So you're an independent trucker?
Yep.
Okay.
We do a lot of paving more than dirt.
Do you work? I used to be an independent trucker. I used to work for Rocky and a couple of the other Stanners, a couple of the other big time companies. So who do you hire through them?
Well, we go through a broker.
Yeah, which broker?
Tonka.
Tonka. Okay, that must be a new one because I went through Jacobs. Those were brokers that I went through. Those guys are probably all dead by now, though.
I guess we're more on the asphalt side, so we do a lot of paving, like with roadways and stuff like that.
And do you get paid by the ton for asphalt then?
No, it's all hourly.
All hourly. Okay. Because some of the brokerage companies, like I would work for gravel pits and things like that, and sometimes I get paid by the ton. And when we had steel boxes, us steel box guys got paid a lot less than the aluminum box guys did.
Yeah, everything's now just all hourly. So.
All hourly. What year is this one?
2021. Bought it new last year.
What'd you do before?
I actually towed cars.
So how did you find out about trucking and being an independent trucker?
So my girlfriend's dad used to actually own JJ's. They sold out years back, and then we just kind of restarted the trucking company.
How many trucks you got?
Just this one for now. Just starting out.
Are you planning on expanding the fleet then?
Yep, eventually.
Trucking, it's you better love your tools, and you better love long hours and short nights.
Yes.
Because your profits are made by how good you turn a wrench and how well you keep these up.
Yes.
Freaking everything kills you on these dump trucks, man.
They park them in the winter.
Oh yeah, good deal. No rust. Yep. Can't believe you're letting your buddy load you like that.
I know.
He's having a heck of a time getting that bucket to empty with that clay.
That's a tall box. It's a Wisconsin spec truck, so it's a little heavier than the Minnesota specs.
Okay. Why do you say it's Wisconsin spec? What's the difference in the spec?
So Wisconsin, this truck can legally haul, I think, 73,000 pounds.
Yep.
But in Minnesota, it can only grow to 63,000.
Yep.
So everything's heavier duty to handle more weight.
Okay. What engine you running on her?
ISX 15 coming.
Can we go look at it?
Yeah.
The grand reveal. Why'd you spec out Cummins?
I'm not a fan of their pack car motor.
Okay.
And that's really the only other option. I guess you could go with a Detroit. We didn't actually spec this truck.
You know what they say about Detroits, right? If they're not leaking oil, it's because they're out of oil.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with it because it's a visual indicator. Yep, no. I'm good on oil. It's just laying underneath the truck.
Yeah, their Detroits are nice.
But why not Cat? Was that not an option?
No, the Cat's been making their big truck motors when Death came around.
Oh.
Honestly, the emissions kind of quit.
And is Deutz even an option on trucks like this?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Deutz is more for loaders and stuff like that. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, you can tell you haul the mix.
That's after I cleaned it.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thanks for the. You mind if I take a peek inside?
Yeah, go ahead. A little dirty, but
I don't think any of us care. They've seen the inside of my truck. Look at that.
we got a box camera up here. There's a key on it. There you go. You got a box camera right by your head, too.
Oh, look at Alex is loading them all heavy to the passenger side, or yeah, passenger side. Pretty nice, man. Pretty nice. That's what you expect for a $250,000 Kenworth, right?
The guy who talked to you, that they won't pay right away then. Was he angry at me, or did he seem like he hated it? It sounded fine. Yeah, we were in a screaming match on the phone for like 10 minutes. I was pissed.
What happened?
I get that. The guy, they told us it was going to be $10 a yard.
Yeah.
We brought in about 15 yards or 17 times, maybe 14, whatever it is. And then he went there and he called me. He's like, is that the right price? $300. They charge us for 25 yards because it was the volume of the box, not the actual amount of dirt inside of there. Because they consider it construction debris, you know, not actual soil. And I was supposed to call down there beforehand and set up, you know, 5-6 loads of good fill soil so that he knew to tell those guys at the gate, you know, that it was like that. But his logic was, well, yeah, it's $10.70 a yard, but $40 a ton. And I was sitting there thinking, 2 yards is $20, and that's way more than 1 ton for $40. So I didn't understand his logic. So him and I were arguing on the phone, yelling. And he was like, well, this is how we do it. We've been in business for 20 years. He actually ended up being a really nice guy, you know.
Okay.
His name was Ben, yeah. And he was like, we'll just take care of you guys for the day. You got more loads like this. We want good, clean fill. But if you're just one truck pulling up, you're going to get charged the regular price. Alright, we got it all prepped up for rain here. Got the bank all carved out. All the soil hauled out today, and just prepped for the rain now. A little bit of rain, about an inch. Can't catch a break out here. Getting the outspout cut in over here. Get the step put in right there, and the steps will just up into the hill as the wall follows that way. And we'll have a front side wall, and it'll key that way.
Well, we always find something new on a job site.
Yeah, stands just out here.
What's that?
All the else is this concrete slab.
So let's show them what we're dealing with. We found a foundation that makes no sense. There it is there.
You knock 2 blocks off or a block off.
So was it a CMU foundation?
It's 4 feet down.
I mean, it's a concrete base, same as the house, right?
Yep.
That makes no sense, does it?
Well, I think it used to be like a little, before they built that wooden retaining wall, it could have been just a little, they either, when they dug the foundation for the house, they prepped that for a wall and changed their mind, or they had that half stub wall in there at some point and took it out to put the timbers in.
You know, one of the things that happens when you physically connect anything to the structure, then you have to bury it frost footings, right? That's why our retaining walls butt up to and touch, but they never physically connect. There's no physical connection method. And in fact, with these walls, they tell you they do not want them ever physically connected to a structure because they're designed to float, independently. Why am I telling you? Because you know it all already.
Like building a deck.
Yeah. Yep.
You gotta have footings that go down to hold the deck, otherwise it's gonna...
Yep.
Right off your house and rip the wall down with it, yeah.
Yep. At least here in Minnesota. Now, some of these guys watching you may be in Arizona or California, and you're like, oh, what are frost footings? What is that? So a frost footing, for us, we have to actually bury the footing of a house 4 feet below ground, minimum in the Twin Cities. When you go north, you got a place up north. What is it up north? Isn't it 48 inches?
I don't know, we're just on slab up there.
Oh, or you could go,
Got a little cabin.
or you can go slab on grade, an engineered slab on grade as well. But for structures with basements, you got to get below the frost line. So you got a couple different options there, but always something coming up. So head scratcher.
Yeah, we just cut the block down to where we could get our base on top of it. It's not gonna move. It's 4 feet down.
So are you going to put your block on this base?
We're gonna go over the top of it.
Over the top, but not directly physically.
No.
Yeah, okay. So you're gonna, because that's tough.
Because
Like,
yeah, it'd be half on and half off. So we
What-
just got it down to where we're gonna have at least 6 inches of base rock.
so one of the guys, I remember being asked, why don't we pour our pads? You know, why don't we pour our leveling pads underneath the retaining walls? Because then you lay it out. But we have to be so micro precise when we're basing out a retaining wall, and when you screed out that base, because we can't use mortar, when you pour it out and screed it out, it does not give you the same precision as being able to hand tailor each block and make sure that you're compensating. Because, you know, sometimes as well, you know, sometimes when we're doing the taller walls and we know we got 8 layers of grid in, we'll compensate by tipping that block, that back a little bit, the batter back a titch, because as you put the grid in, it'll tend to kick it forward, and then we'll modify it as we go down and shrink down to nothing. We don't want it tipped that far back because there's no grid tipping it forward. So, well, we really got to have better control than just pouring a base down and throwing block down and going. We can't do it that way. All right, back to your regular schedule program.
All right, so here's where we're at so far. Got about 5 steps in there. That wall's almost at height there. It's going to be just maybe a little bit higher. Step up into the wall. Building it there. We got our new guy Art here. He's giving us a hand today. So, good jam.
All right, you guys, well, that's gonna call it for this one, but in the next video, we're gonna show you how we wrap this wall up, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're going to show you how we base a retaining wall in real time. No cutting, no editing. We're gonna put the camera down in front of Blaine, and we're gonna show you exactly how he based out this section of the retaining wall. So hopefully we'll see you guys on the next one. God bless, go get them, hit that subscribe button, and I hope you enjoyed today's adventure. Catch you on the next one, you guys, coming right down the pipeline.